For hundreds of years, we have looked outward, from Galileo's trembling telescope to the vast eye of Hubble. We have reached, wondered, and waited. Waited for a whisper, a signal, a sign, any sign that we are not alone. We have sent rovers to Mars. We have sent satellites beyond the pull of the sun. We have walked on the moon. We have launched metal messengers into the silence, carrying golden records, human greetings, and mathematical blueprints, hoping that something, someone, might be out there to receive them. And yet, nothing answers. No message, no visitor, no life. Just cold spirals of stars, scattered rocks, and distant fire. It is tempting to ask, why is the universe so empty? But perhaps the real question is, why do we think it's empty? We assume that what we see is all that exists. What we see is filtered, narrowed through the slits of our senses. 5 small windows, carved by evolution to help us survive here on Earth. We are tuned not to truth, but to survival. Sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, these are not instruments of cosmic perception. They are tools for navigating trees, rivers, wind, animals, and each other. They are built to detect what is useful, to avoid what is dangerous, to recognize the familiar. But what if the unfamiliar is invisible to us? What if the universe is not empty, but simply hidden? We look at stars and see burning spheres of gas. We look at galaxies and see spirals of dust and light. We give them names, we chart their movements, but they do not speak back. We assume silence and we interpret absence. But every machine we build, every telescope, every sensor is merely an extension of our senses. Our eyes amplified, our ears magnified, still rooted in the same biological limitations, still tethered to Earth. We believe we are exploring the universe, but in truth, we are only exploring our slice of it. The thin band that evolution has granted us, the visible, the audible, the measurable, the material. We assume that life must appear in forms we recognize: flesh, bone, carbon, water. But these are the ingredients of earthly life. Why should life elsewhere obey the same recipe? Why should alien life look anything like us? Why should it emit signals we can detect? Why should it be made of matter we can perceive? We evolved to see color, not because color exists as a property of objects, but because it helped us distinguish ripe fruit from rotten, predator from prey. Color is not in the object. Color is in the brain. a useful illusion. The same is true for sound, for taste, for smell. The world does not hum with melody or glow with hue. It is, at its core, a churning, indifferent chaos of particles and waves. Yet, we perceive order because perception is a filtering, a narrowing down of the infinite into the comprehensible. So what lies beyond the filter? Perhaps the universe is teeming with life, life not made of carbon or oxygen, life not bound by biology, life in forms we cannot name, cannot sense, cannot imagine. Perhaps there are minds vast and ancient, not floating in spaceships, but embedded in plasma storms, or spread across gravitational fields, or encoded in dark matter. Perhaps they do not speak because we do not listen correctly. Perhaps they do not move because we do not know how to look. Perhaps they are not made of matter at all. Ask yourself, have we evolved to perceive the non-material? Our ancestors did not need to detect magnetic fields or neutrinos to survive. They needed to see the tiger in the grass, to smell fire, to taste poison. So our brains did not evolve for cosmic awareness. They evolved for tribal survival. We are the children of Earth. Our senses, our minds are carved by its soil. We are fine-tuned, not to the universe, but to this one planet. And so, when we leave it, when we look beyond, we carry our blindness with us. We interpret everything through the language of Earth. And when the universe does not speak back in that language, we assume it says nothing at all. But silence is not absence. Silence is difference. And perhaps the deepest truth is this: we are not yet evolved enough to see what is there. We are looking for ourselves in the stars, but maybe the stars are not a mirror. Maybe they are a veil hiding realities that we have no sense for. Dark matter, dark energy, the invisible 95% of the cosmos. We call it dark because we cannot see it. But maybe it is not dark. Maybe it is alive. And maybe what we call emptiness is full. Maybe the vacuum is a womb. Maybe the universe is saturated with forms of being that we cannot know. And so we return home from every mission with photographs, with data, with silence. But the silence is not an answer. It is a riddle. We think we are alone because we cannot see beyond ourselves. But the universe does not revolve around our perception. It never did. We are not the center. We are a speck, a temporary flicker, a brief bloom on a single branch of an infinite tree. And the more we learn, the more we are reminded of how little we know. Maybe life is everywhere. Maybe it always was. But until we evolve beyond Earth, not in body, but in mind, we will keep staring into the cosmos and seeing only reflections of ourselves and calling it empty.